had a stop.
Oh, I see.
All right, I need to finish this work email that I'm actually doing, Mr. PD boss.
He is doing his work.
I am doing my work and on the air.
Yes.
I multitask and I do things well.
Oh gosh. So my favorite part of the drama is that it's all about straight white men, as you probably could have guessed.
Right.
Is
Well, it's kind of like what I asked you. What is it about the culture these days where they have to remake everything for? Oh, that's a master, bro. You just turned my ears down.
I know it's way too loud.
That's my ears.
Okay.
You have your own master. It's the
Deaf
bottom.
old man.
It's the bottom right
Back
corner.
in my day, we
you know what?
used to play our music way too
We talked about me
loud.
being a bad rock star. Don't make him come out. Anyway, we brought up last hour, and I asked you, like, what is it about the culture of the day, the outside culture, where everything has to be redone for, like, as a woman or a black person? And then we're not being a racist here. It's just a matter of just culturally, that's what they're doing. They're taking all those stories out there.
I did not mean to ignore you, Mr. Storm Chase Jones on Instagram.
New guy, huh?
Yeah, thank you for coming by. I'm glad you could hear us.
Yes, me too.
The
Also,
troubleshooting is that I was silly.
shoot us any comments that you guys have. This is Fanfare Friday.
Yes.
We are here for you.
And we'll talk about the things we want to talk about
You can
until we're
derail us.
successfully derailed.
Yeah, you can derail us all you want. But I'm derailed already. 3 different things.
Oh gosh. But yeah, so that was the whole controversy. That was the whole drama. And so this popped up, as most things do, on my TikTok early in the morning, Wednesday morning. And so I just scroll through a couple of these videos. I go down the hashtag, and it's just more and more unhinged as you go down.
Yeah.
And this guy has said nothing about the drama part. All he did was post a video announcing it, and then he went on a local news channel that talked about it.
Right.
And he said basically the same thing both times. And he was just like, man, I'm so grateful. I wouldn't have this opportunity if you guys hadn't come along.
And you're like, come on.
Well, no, like I actually completely believe him.
I applaud
Either
the
he's
guy.
an amazing actor, or he's actually one of the most like just honest people I've seen.
We had issues with our production, and our PD says that we're radio guys on Facebook.
Yes, we are radio guys.
That's fine.
That's how it works.
But I was a production guy first, man. Come on. Oh, Lordy.
And no one look at my college degree.
What college degree?
Oh, gosh.
I have a degree in business, actually.
Interdisciplinary studies with a focus in digital media, with a focus in performance business, with a focus in marketing, and psychology with a focus in relational psychology, because, gosh darn it, I got bored.
Lots of focuses there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a great story from my marketing days. So this was
Hey, where's our captions for YouTube? They don't have it up yet?
captions?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
They usually caption us too, don't they?
What do you mean caption?
Like Facebook does?
No, the YouTube just has a title.
Okay.
What do you mean caption? Do you mean like a community post? I could push a community post if you want, but
No. Like they have the captions going auto-generated. I thought YouTube did that too.
oh, no, not for live streams.
Okay.
No, you've got to do that natively.
See,
And I have the
radio guy.
ability to do that natively, but I don't want to because it is awful.
It's another thing.
It's another thing, exactly. And to be honest, I'm already super impressed with my computer because it's encoding 3 different video streams at once.
Yeah.
So that's still pretty cool.
Jason Pittman, things don't need to be redone. How would Bollywood feel if it was done by a bunch of white dudes?
Honestly, Bollywood would probably be like, unless it was really, really bad, they'd probably love it. Because that's how those guys are.
I know. They're like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
No, I think it'd be funny just to pull out some redneck wood,
So there is actually kind of a redneck wood. It's called Georgia.
Yes, I'm very well aware.
So Georgia has a pretty strong
my family be
film
from there.
industry going on.
Yeah.
All
right.
Especially they've got a pretty strong Christian film industry going on because that one church,
Yep.
the one that did Facing the Giants and all that.
Yep.
What was that?
Well, actually, it's a group of guys that have been around since like 1980.
But they were doing it through their church.
Initially, yeah.
What was that called?
And I forget, but I know who you're talking about. It's the same group of guys.
Did you ever see their first one, Flywheel?
Well, it's the first one to you. The whole group of guys have been filming Christian stuff.
But like
since,
that was
the
their
80s.
first proper film. Like that was the first one they did.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
I have seen a lot. I don't remember if I have seen that specific one or not, but
So when I was a kid, I've told variations of this story before, and most of them start with, my mom loved the Christian bookstore, and we're close enough to being on the air that I'll talk about it on air.
okay.
What we need to figure out those guys' names though. Google it up for me real quick.
And shoot, what movie?
You can look like the smart one this time.
What movie were you talking about?
Flywheel, Facing the Giants, those guys. I want to say Sherwood, but I know that's wrong. That was Nettie. It's personal here on The Effect. This face down. This is, or sorry, not. I got caught in the wrong muscle memory there.
Dude, I do kid show all the time, so you don't worry about it.
No, this is Fanfare Friday. Different show that starts with an F. This is Ezra. I'm here with DJ Kidd.
Hello, hello.
And over the break, we were talking about an old movie called Flywheel. It's an old Christian movie. Who are the guys that made it? You Googled it for me.
Yeah, so Alex Kendrick and Stephen Kendrick are the people.
Yeah, the Kendrick brother. What was their church called, though?
I am still looking for that one. Because I just.
But I love those guys because they make the movie, and they, at least for the first couple, they were always the lead actor.
Right. Yeah, they did Flywheel, War Room, Facing the Giants, Fireproof, Courageous.
They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Fireproof was their first big one. That was their first like runaway hit where they got Kirk Cameron.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, that was the scariest I've ever seen Kirk Cameron was in Fireproof.
Really?
That one scene where he's yelling at his wife. I don't think he's ever had an opportunity to be scary like that before.
To be that mean.
Yeah. Where he's just going all out.
man.
You can see like there's spit flying from his mouth.
It's
He was honestly quite scary in that scene. When I was a kid when I watched
dude,
it, right?
all it says is Flywheel is the first movie made by Sherwood Pictures.
Sure, it was Sherwood.
The volunteer-driven movie-making ministry of a church in Georgia.
Oh gosh.
Of a church in Georgia. I didn't tell you the church name.
Well, a church in Georgia then. But we were talking about how Georgia has a film industry down there, and we were talking about Flywheel. So my mom used to love the Christian bookstore, and Flywheel was their first film that they got like widely distributed. I think they had one or two projects before that.
Show Me the Father, Overcomer.
Those weren't the old ones though.
No.
No, but Flywheel was like their first one, and the lighting in it is just terrible. It's a movie about a guy who runs a used car lot.
Right.
And he starts off as a used car salesman, and then he has a crisis of conscience and decides to go straight and actually start selling the cars properly. You know, not lying to people. That's the whole movie. That's the whole thing. And of course, there's God stuff in there too, when he gets back to church and all that good stuff.
Right.
But I watched it as a kid, and the only thing I was thinking the whole time is, wow, this lighting is bad. Thankfully, they fixed it for Facing the Giants.
I am trying to find a certain group of guys that these guys are associated with as well, who was making movies, Christian movies, back when I was a kid's
Back
age.
in my day.
Like,
Yeah.
And I don't remember the dudes' names. I don't remember the movies, but yeah.
But see, the thing about Flywheel was it was actually a good story. So even as a kid, I was still invested in it, even though I could point out like, oh, the child actor is horrible.
Right.
Oh, the lighting is horrible. All these different things, right?
It's funny the more video that you watch, the more you can realize like, oh, that's really bad actually.
I was like probably 14 around the time it came out. When did it come out? What year? Do you have it? For Flywheel?
2003.
2000. Oh gosh, no, I was nowhere near 14. I was 6.
I was 14.
I was 6.
I was 14.
Was I
Actually,
really
no.
6 years old thinking about lighting?
2003, I was here at the Effect Radio at 17. That's where I was.
Oh gosh. So you might have even talked about this on air at the time.
Probably not. I wasn't really doing much.
But it's a really fun look back at like how they've improved over the years.
Yeah.
Because Facing the Giants was their first film where they got like really good budget.
And his goatee is a lot better nowadays.
His goatee was better. They had a good story. They had that great bit about flying through the middle. You
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
It can look like a dying duck and all that. But yeah, I was just reminiscing because my mom would always bring stuff home from the Christian bookstore, and it was so hit or miss.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, these guys I'm talking about, they did kind of a Left Behind style movies. The guys that I remember.
Okay.
From the 90s. It was a blonde dude with kind of longish hair.
Mm-hmm.
And they hooked up with the Kendrick brothers as well, but I'm not finding that group.
You know what would be great? If we did Left Behind movies for a third time.
An umpteenth time?
Yeah. But this time, Kirk Cameron is the Antichrist, and he's just hamming it up. He's just being as scary as he possibly can.
So that means that he would have had to turn because he was in the first Left Behind, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he would have had to like...
But it would be like an in-joke with the audience.
To turn.
I think that would be great. Anyways, I'm probably wrong. It's Rolling with Wrong. It's right here on The Effect. This is Ezra.
DJ Kidd.
And my squeaky microphone making an appearance.
Dude, behind the mic stands and the chairs, like, I don't know, man, we're dying. We are dying. Dude, my phone is going off like crazy. And boss, yes, I'm still working on these emails too. There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. Tammy, you do need to come by. That is correct. Tammy, get back here. I'm sure you have thoughts on the book drama and you would like to talk about the Australian Bachelor. Get back here.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, as a literarily inclined person myself, you know, I enjoy those kind of things.
Right.
I kind of enjoy drama in general just because I am not connected to it at all. So I get to sit back as an observer and just like call balls and strikes, which I find very fun. You know, it's not hard. It's just like, don't be jealous of random people on the internet.
Don't be jealous of randos, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't make everything about yourself.
Hey, question, is my phone going to...
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
Joining us now, Miss Tammy Graham.
Just a wee bit. Let me set this up for you.
Yeah. Gotta get it pointed.
It's,
Oh, is it a side mic?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a side
I
mic.
see. Yeah.
'Cause I'm special.
Yes. So do you have thoughts?
Well, just beat me up if I'm gonna
Yeah.
come visit. Don't beat me
Did you ever
up.
see that skit from SNL where the old guy's talking? He's like, "Hey, so we're gonna," and he hits her in the face, and he hits him in the face again.
That's pretty much how I feel with you.
I'm not, but you know, it's accurate to your dynamic.
I'll know whether
Just because I'm the old one here, it doesn't mean you can beat me
it's
up.
with Justin Timberlake, and the dude keeps hitting him in the face, and he's like, "Oh my gosh!" Totally breaks character. It's
So
hilarious.
Tammy, do you have any thoughts about this Australian Bachelor?
No, I was kind of listening to you guys.
Okay.
So.
Are we still unlively?
No, you're getting better. We're getting better. We're
Well, I
starting
got to
up.
the story I really wanted to get to today.
Okay.
I should show you a picture of this man.
Maybe I need to see a picture.
Yeah, so you
'Cause
can
it's-
fully understand the drama if you see him, I think.
And I'm really sad I missed last week, by the way, because I heard last week was really awesome, and thank you. for
Yeah, it was
coming.
fun. Yeah, Jason Pittman was
So
here with his
that
wife.
second fella,
Wow, pretty.
right?
Okay.
So you guys see where it's coming from now.
Yeah.
Where it's just jealousy that he's attractive and that he's famous, and also he gets to write a book.
Right.
Well, Romeo DJ here, DJ Romeo,
DJ
whatever we're going
Romeo.
to call you here,
Yeah.
Mr. Romeo Pants here. I don't know.
He's not writing romance, by the way. High fantasy.
See, this is my point, but you could write some romance here,
I could.
and you could really put yourself out there and.
But the thing is, if it's not good, no one will accept it. That's what we were talking about mostly.
'Cause are you? Man, we gotta find you.
I
a
don't know.
date.
I really suck at researching, by the way. I've looked up.
I'm sorry. That's all I can think of in my head right now.
Is getting me a date?
Yeah.
Do you have
know,
that little faith in me?
I've been looking.
It's.
I'm trying to find you the perfect gal.
Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it.
If you're listening out there, please call me.
Yes, call Tammy and she'll set us up. No, don't actually do that.
Please do. I will set you up. I'll tell you exactly where he's at.
No, don't do that.
Drive you to his house.
You don't know where my house is.
I'm gonna mess you up.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
I know
told you
what
this
car he
story
drives.
before.
We can find him. It's a small town.
But I actually know I could get published because I almost was back when I was 18.
See,
So, my mom knew that I wrote romance. She assumed that it was something let's say, a little bit more salacious than the Amish romance novels she would pick up at the Walmart.
Oh,
you know the kind I'm talking about?
I do know the kind you're talking about.
Yeah, so she assumed I was not doing that.
Okay.
So I don't know what she thought I was doing. She's never, but it's pretty clear. So anyway, when I turned 18 and I could legally enter into contracts by myself, I started putting out to different publishing houses, because romance is very, very easy to publish.
Yes, a lot of people want to read those.
A lot of people want to read them. It's like 30% of the industry, right? It's the thing keeping Barnes and Noble alive.
I'm not really a romance reader. I mean,
I
that's
get
kind of
that.
crazy.
Yeah. Most guys aren't either, but here I am.
I have too much other stuff to do besides read. I'm serious.
Well, yeah, because you've got ostriches.
Ostriches, goats, horses, cows.
What do you need
pigs,
to read for? You
chickens,
already have
a
ostriches.
train.
Hey, real quick, I'm really happy you're here doing this because you're occupying him while I'm trying to find this stupid blonde guy.
A train. I mean, the train's hard to deal with, you know?
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so I found a publishing house. They were willing to publish me.
Okay.
I could still pull up the contract if you really want to see it.
I don't need to see your contracts.
Yeah, I'm glad you believe me.
I do believe you.
But it was for $10,000. Yeah, and I just had to agree to make some edits that they wanted by a certain date.
I found him.
I'm really lucky you guys are sitting
I
down
ended
because
up-
I actually look kind of tall here. This kind of makes me look like
Yeah.
I'm equal to you guys.
I ended up not going through with it because of my parents' disapproval,
And
but
now stop messing with the chairs.
is what it is kind of thing. Alrighty, we got 30
This one
seconds.
we're done.
Kid, you can tell us what you're thinking about here in 30. How about that?
Really make me look tall.
20 seconds. That was Remedy Drive, current artist of the month for next 12 hours with Scars.
I'm the
here on
same height
Effect.
as Tammy.
Yes. DJ Kidd is right now the same height as Tammy, who is all of like 3'6".
Yes, I'm sitting down.
Yes.
Not really impressive. I think most children are the same height as me as well.
But Kid, you said you found something.
I found the guy. I found the dude. David A.R. White is his name.
Okay, who is this?
So he's the producer of a movie called The End of the Harvest, and there's a whole bunch of them that him and his crew did.
David A. Why does that sound familiar to me?
So he did a movie recently with. So he's the Pure Flix guy.
Oh, okay.
One of the main
He
directions.
did God's Not Dead. That's how I know him.
But he also did one with the Boz and all that stuff in there. But yeah, no, I this was like one of his first movies that he had ever done. And yeah, I remember watching that one back in the 90s.
If you're new to the network, you may know that I have a current grudge match with God's Not Dead. What we're up now.
You want to know how I found this, by the way?
What's that?
I first of all, I stink really bad at research. I didn't capitalize that
Gotta
in
Google
high
it because
school.
you're an
right?
old man. We get it.
So
Hey,
I wrote a
Back in
cheap.
my day, we would open up an encyclopedia.
I wrote a cheap '90s Christian Left Behind like movie.
He's talking to the wrong side of the table here.
No, I never did good with research in high school. As far as using Google,
No, I mean, you
could find
figured it out.
everywhere else, but
You know what's funny?
Well,
I
do you
actually
remember
had like
Having
college
the big
classes.
Commodore computer.
dude,
You
I
had a
am still of
Commodore
age to have
64?
used the cards in the library to find your stuff.
Yeah.
I still had to do that when I was in school.
So I did too, but that's only because the library back home was maybe the size of this studio and the CSN studio combined.
Wow.
And actually, so the library back home was pretty cool because about half of it was dedicated to just family histories in the county.
Nice. That's cool, actually.
Yeah, right? That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
And I should go back and actually read mine sometime.
We didn't even have a library card. We just wrote your name on the little card and gave it to the librarian. Is that old school or what?
That is back in my day.
You wrote your name and the date you checked it out. and
I
gave it to the
personally met
librarian, put it in
Dewey
the little
Decimal.
basket. Yeah.
AJ just typed in, we have another request. It's the same one we've done for the last 3 weeks.
Okay. There's always a request.
We'll put it on
We love
next time we come back.
requests.
Yeah, so if you request, AJ gets some, and then she sends them to us, and we chat about them for a minute.
Yeah.
'Cause we can.
And we pour over them studiously. to determine where in the hour.
Hey, by the way, we actually have an email. Just know that. We're live on the air right now, right?
We are live.
All right, so Fanfare Friday. F-A-R-E, Friday at effectradio.com. Fanfare Friday.
You didn't say the fair part in the email.
Fanfare Friday at effectradio.com.
You said fan, F-A-N, Friday.
No, fan, F-A-R-E. I said that.
Okay.
Friday at effectradio.com.
I'm feeling a little dizzy. I might need blood sugar or something. All right, we got Switchfoot up next. Native Tongue is right here on The Effect. I am actually feeling a little dizzy or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what's going on.
Here you go. Here you
You
go.
need some sugar. Need some sugar.
Throw some Skittles at me.
Throw some Skittles at me.
In the name of love.
Sorry, that's a bad reference for a Christian station. All right, 69 out of 100 was the Rotten Tomatoes reviews for that End of Harvest movie. So it's not a horrible movie.
You say that, but that Sugar song, I had that on a CD when I was a kid.
Okay.
I thought it was about literal sugar.
No, it is definitely not.
I learned that later.
There's other songs on that album that are definitely not about sugar either. So Tammy's dying over here.
See, I didn't have the album. My mom was big into Napster.
So we talked about our doppelgangers. Ezra would be a Democrat if he had
like an evil twin.
If he had an evil twin with no morality.
No.
Are we off?
Oh,
Come on.
I told you I was feeling dizzy.
You
I have an
dropped
excuse
it.
for that one.
I would be the quintessential rock star if I had no morals and morality to be able to follow. I would be the guy literally like the Dirt, Motley Crue and everything, just throwing stuff out. And that would be me if I didn't have any morality hold me back.
So, Tammy, what is your evil twin?
Yeah. I mean, because the hard part with Tammy is she's like half and half, depending on the day.
I'm kind of evil all the time, aren't I? I mean, are you guys not worried about your shins? I feel like I should bring everybody some shin guards just so I don't accidentally take them.
Okay, so Tammy's evil doppelganger is who she is at the midget wrestling.
Midget wrestling, baby. I'd be a midget wrestler for sure. Come on, let me take you down.
I'm gonna whoop your butt.
Maybe that's what I'd be, like some little.
Okay, real legitimate question. Do you legally qualify?
No,
as a midget?
No, I don't. Here's why. I'm like 3 inches too tall. Guys, here's the deal. Otherwise, I could get a handicap sticker. I could get all kinds of goods if I qualified. I'm wondering if I'm going to shrink 3 inches soon because I'm getting older. Then I could qualify.
Right.
You know
So,
how
hey,
much
Doc, can
better
you take a
life will
little
be?
bit out of my spine and this area, this area, and this area?
Well, with all the surgeries I've had recently, you know, you would think that
Right.
you would need that something shrank down. I could qualify.
I like
man.
not only that you don't qualify because of 3 inches, but that you know you don't qualify. Which
Because
means
of
you
3
check.
inches. Of course I did.
You checking is the funnier part there.
Hey, when
Hey,
you're
Jason says he missed you, by the way, last week.
when you're this short, you got to check on everything you can, okay? Like, you know,
You got to check what's on the next shelf.
Dude,
yes,
I
you got to
thought-
see what's on the. You got to check what's up on the top shelf because you're never going to get back on the top shelf,
Hello,
and that's where everybody hides everything.
I found it. I thought this movie was older than it was. Sorry, I'm still
One
on the
second.
Enterprise thing.
Hello to Mr. Slow Texter on Instagram. Glad to have you here.
Slow texture. Okay. All right.
I'm
Hey,
assuming
tell us
it's
where
going
you
to be
guys
another
are.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Tell us where you guys are at. If you guys are new to our feed, let us know where you're listening from because we'd like to know. I pretty much know everybody on Facebook right now, and so I'd love to be able to know where Insta's coming from.
Sorry, what was your movie?
So the End of the Harvest thing, I thought it was the earlier '90s than it was. It was '98.
yeah.
That's stupid. But then again, everything in from like '96 to like 2000 was kind of just weird because it was like it's too new to be new, but they were trying to still be old to fit in with the old.
What's wrong with 96 to 2000?
The
That
movies
was
were weird.
That was like the best time in the whole wide world.
Musically, absolutely, 100% yes.
No.
Movie-wise, it was just
movie-wise, too.
weird. It was
I
weird.
love all those old movies.
It's weird.
See, I'm a youngin'. So my time for weird movies was 2000 to 2008.
See, See, we're all on different.
Madagascar,
we're all
everybody's
different.
switching and all that stuff.
The problem is I'm really old compared to you.
Well, see, and he's homeschooled. So he's only allowed certain things at homeschooled.
Yeah, but I understand that.
He didn't get to
nowadays.
have the TV with the cart and the VCR being like rolled up to the class.
No, I watched the History Channel because I wanted to.
Hey, I
I
did
turned
too.
on how it's made voluntarily.
I would go to my grandpa's house when we'd visit, and all he had was the History Channel on. So I get that.
Oh, yes,
I get
yes.
that.
We used to watch Hee Haw at night on Saturday nights with our parents, and my dad would move the furniture and make us dance around.
We
the
had
living
Me
room.
TV on the antenna coming out of Harrisonburg.
And you would have to adjust everything just right so you could watch Hee Haw. Yeah.
And you just stand there with your leg in the air like this and your hand pointing towards the
That
west
girl
like that.
stand there. This girl stand here. I'm dancing
Actually,
with this girl.
we were much more hillbilly than that. We strung together a series of coat hangers
Oh yeah.
to extend our antenna across the ceiling.
You know, sometimes you have to.
That's
worked.
awesome. I love it. See, how far has like technology came? It's come so far since from my generation to DJ Kids
Yeah.
to DJ Romeo.
Keep on that point. I have a theory I want to
It's
tell.
come a long, long ways.
Well, it's kind of like this. You'll appreciate this. You'll appreciate this. John Fogerty of the Creedence Clearwater Revival
Yes.
has just obtained his catalog.
Yeah.
Finally, after suing his brother for years and years and years and
Right.
years, and so he's going to be coming out with not a new Creedence Clearwater Revival album,
Correct.
but basically
heard
he's taking
that.
it all, doing kind of what Taylor Swift did with hers.
Yeah, I heard that. That's going to be exciting, though. I think it's going to be exciting for him. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see what he does. But everything technology. Listen, look at you. Push, 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 and stare at me. That's what I mean. Technology's gone so long. Here's the deal. My husband, while I was gone this last time, decided we needed new phones. This is my old brick that's like 20 years old.
Right.
Love it. I can operate it.
It works.
This is what he gets.
A little folding phone.
These little folding phones that you fold up. I don't
And
understand it.
Mike Kessler has one like that, right?
Yeah, Mike Kessler has one like this too. But
does.
I don't understand this thing, and it doesn't do what I want it to do, and I hate it right now. But it's okay. I hate technology.
I have been overrun by the Apple phones. I'm sorry.
Here's the deal: I love computers. I do. I love computers, and I'm thankful that we got computers, and it's made lives easier in certain ways.
Well, that's
but
good.
the rest of technology just needs to stop.
Mr. Slow Texter is listening from Flagstaff, Arizona.
Hey,
Thank you.
Yes.
Way to go.
In a SNF. I'm not sure what that is.
NASN.
Like he is in a SNF.
My brain is not working.
I
right now.
don't know what that means either. Maybe he could update us on it. He also says, don't forget about the aluminum foil funnels.
Yeah.
True dog. True dog.
That was Crowder Unstoppable here on The Effect.
Hey, it's a good thing we kept track of that.
Yes. I have gotten some sugar in me, which is good.
Yes.
We've been talking about old people things, even though I'm a youngin'. I was homeschooled, which makes me an honorary old person.
Okay. All right. We'll
Like,
take
you've
it.
seen those studies where they say that homeschoolers are able to talk to older adults better?
So here's
their peers?
Here's an interesting
It's
fact.
because we watched Me TV growing up. It's
Right.
because we watched the History Channel voluntarily.
I was homeschooled for about 8 months.
A skilled nursing facility. There we go.
Skilled nursing facility.
What are you talking about?
The
Okay.
SNF thing we were talking about before the break.
Oh,
Yeah, we have a listener from Flagstaff typing into Instagram. Hey, if you guys are listening and you're on the radio, on terrestrial radio, you guys want to check us out in between the breaks. We are on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook right now as well, live. So,
Yes. But what did you have kids? Sorry.
well, no, I was homeschooled for about 8 months.
8 months.
Yeah, something like that.
Your mom hated you that much, huh?
she gave him.
Well, it was more like we were moving here from Nampa, and I got kicked out of the Christian school that I was
Nice.
going to.
Nice.
So I came up here, and it's one of those things. Yeah, every time I changed schools when I was a kid, I always found the biggest guy on campus and tried to whoop his butt.
To pick a
Did
fight
you win?
with.
Yeah, every time. Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, like, well, so one time when
See,
I
I
was
was always the biggest guy in school.
when I was in 6th grade, we moved
Let
to a
me
new
play my
school,
tiny violin.
and I went up to the biggest guy, punched him in the face, and then started running. That's how I won. because I was scrawny.
You played chicken with me?
I was scrawny.
I was such a
So
bad
you got
girl
them
in
to
school.
chase you and wear out their stamina.
Well, and the hard part is you have
He's playing Ender's Game over here.
have a whole
folks.
bunch of Mexicans running after this white kid in a predominantly Mexican school. It's kind of a problem.
Oh no!
And then my dad shows up later that day, and I'm sitting in the principal's office in my chair. I literally had a name on a chair at the principal's office. that year.
No, you didn't literally have your name on
Literally
it.
did. You can ask TJ Maxx.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
great.
enough about DJ Kidd over here.
I think everybody has a school, elementary, middle school, high school fight that they've ever done. I think, or
All I know is that
argument.
when I was in high school, I wasn't trying to fight this kid. We were in Body D. I had
This
gotten
is the first
injured.
time I didn't want to fight someone.
Yeah.
We had gotten injured and in lifting, so I couldn't lift. And this kid, I don't even knew. I didn't know who he was.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, he busts through the locker room. He's holding a watch around his fingers, flipping me off, saying, "I stole this thing." I'm like, "I've never seen it at all." The dude cracks me in the nose, breaks my nose, and I hit
He
the.
said you stole the watch?
Yeah, because I was not lifting at that point, so I was going through I had to go through the locker rooms, clean up all the jerseys, and do the laundry. And
Yeah.
stuff. And so yeah, he bust my nose open. I hit the chalkboard, and I come back up and just look at him, and like half the room's like, "Oh crap!" And they come and grab me and start pulling me. I'm like, "I'm not even doing anything." They're like,
I'm not even gonna beat him up.
You. You're not the instigation station.
it's because
over
they were
here.
the people that had been with me in the previous school when I did hurt somebody, unfortunately. But yes, I wasn't even trying to fight the guy. I just straight
yeah.
punched the and it was like, all right, whatever.
I was the feisty one in school. I was just short and little and
In school, not anymore.
No.
I was homeschooled.
Our GM still says, "Hey, I got to watch my shins around you." You know?
I know. I think I should get every shin guards for that purpose. Yeah. No, I was mean. If somebody picked on like one of my sisters, and I had all older sisters because I'm the youngest of 4 girls. If somebody picked on one of my sisters, we all went to school together because we're all pretty close in age.
Sure.
I was a freshman in high school, and somebody picked on my sister that was a sophomore, and he just kept picking on her. It was a guy. He kept
So
picking
he
on
was
her,
like
picking on her.
hitting on her.
No, he was just being mean to her. He was just not a nice kid to anybody,
Okay, I gotcha.
boy or girl. So I decided I had enough. So it was like 2 weeks before school was out. I grabbed him by his backpack and yanked him down. I don't know how I did it because I'm like probably 100 pounds less than him. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
You know, Tammy, if that story was set in the modern day, just because he was mean to everyone did not mean he was not hitting on her.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
All right,
in
with
modern
that,
day, but-
with that, let's move
Okay,
along
so,
to our next
like,
song. Huh?
I beat
come on,
him.
that's a good
I
one.
stood on top of him and beat him up so bad that the principal called us off, called my dad. My dad was the custodian for the school, right?
Okay.
Calls my dad in, and
So
my
he
dad
just comes over and starts mopping up?
No, my dad comes over and my dad's like, "What did you do? What did you do this time?" Like he was mad at me because I wasn't
course.
supposed to get in a fight again this year, but I did. Okay, so they called the kid's dad, and the kid's dad's like, "I want to see the kid that beat my son up," and hurt my leg. Here he walks in,
And here comes Tammy out kicking
and
shins.
I'm like this short little 4'11",
Yeah.
like maybe 60-pound girl, and he's like, "That thing beat you up?" And he's like, "Get in the truck, we're
No
going
ice
home."
cream for you.
He was so mad at his kid that he got beat up by this little bitty
I
girl.
would be too.
He was
Yeah.
so mad because at first he came in, "I'm pressing charges against this boy. I'm gonna kill him," like cussing out about how bad this boy was that beat his son up this bad. And then he saw me and he's like, "Just get in the truck. We're going home." Got all mad. I was like, my dad starts laughing. He's like, "So is she suspended or not?" And the principal's like, "I guess not. He's not very mad at you guys. He's mad at his kid. So go back to class."
There is something moral there, which is if you're going to get beat up that badly by a woman, you probably deserved it.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
I don't know that he deserved it because he wasn't even picking on me. He never picked on me. He just picked on other people. He just picked on other people, and I just got tired of watching
take the
it.
W. He deserved it. He deserved it.
All right, Allison Edie right now.
Oh, gosh. This is why I'm not her PR agent. Liar here on The Effect. All right.
He's
Oh, my
so
Lord.
bad.
That is awful. That's pretty bad. No, I was homeschooled. I've never thrown a punch in my life.
So, like, if somebody came at you, would you know how to protect yourself? You might
Honey,
need to
I'm
take
400 pounds. I sit on them.
No, that doesn't always work. I'm not kidding.
Doesn't always work, but
It
it's a
doesn't
pretty
work
high
90%
rate.
of the time. You need to take some self-defense classes. You know, the world's getting crazy now.
I'm joking, but like there is a non-insignificant amount of muscle under this.
Okay. I just worry about you.
Yeah, I can still throw 50 pounds around, which is
Okay.
all you really need in a fight.
Leverage is everything.
Because ain't nobody picking me up.
You don't have to take the hit. If you know how to roll a guy, keep just throwing him.
But even more than that, I am at the level of fat where you can punch me in the gut and I don't feel it.
Okay, so did any of you or your siblings like do any sports outside of your home because you were homeschooled?
Not legally allowed to. In Virginia, if you're homeschooled, you do not get to participate in public sports.
You couldn't do like public,
Can't do it. It is illegal.
Like-
it is
like
not, we
rec?
have to pay for it.
Like-
it is illegal.
like rec
Rec
sports.
Illegal.
Wow.
Wow. That's sad. It's
Yeah.
still that way, or
I'm pretty sure it's still that way. It probably will get worse because of the DC influence, actually.
See, that's what's sad to me is that
We still had to pay for them, by the way. We still had to pay the taxes for those school sports we couldn't be in.
yeah. Well, like I have grandkids coming up now because I'm the old one. I'm an old lady here, so I have grandkids coming up. I would never want to put my grandkids in a public school system. I
yeah.
would want them homeschooled.
Or
But
at least private school.
yeah, but I would
Because I get that not everyone can homeschool.
But I would definitely want them to be able to play sports and do all that kind of stuff because
Yeah.
without sports, I don't know where my children or myself
yeah.
would be.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
it is, what's the word? There's a legal word for it
I just
in Virginia. It is
just prohibited, huh?
prohibitive. Yes, it is a prohibitive measure to prevent people from homeschooling.
Wow.
Yeah, it didn't help that everyone thought we were in a cult and our town was 6,000 people strong. So literally everyone thought we were in a cult.
Yeah.
Just because we were pulled out of the public school, that was it.
Wow.
It's not like my parents were super religious or anything. For a long period of my life, we never went to church. You know,
Wow. Interesting.
like my parents are very Christian. They're just not, you know,
We're
it's a
gonna come
mountain
on
thing.
after this next one, by the way.
Yeah, because we got to close out the hour.
Brand new one from Cutlass, by the way. This is not the brand new one, but a new one did drop.
Do we have it in the library? Mm-hmm. I'll pull it in. We'll do a back-to-back.
Okay, coming after.
Yeah.
Or we'll go into that one then, because I just dropped it this morning.
Yeah. So yeah, pull it in after midnight, and we'll do that. But like, my brothers and I didn't tussle very much
Uh-huh.
because I was at a size where I could just throw them off. It didn't matter.
Oh, well, see, like I had 3 older sisters.
When everyone in the house kind of knows what the power dynamic is, there's no one willing to push it really.
Problem is, my brother was tall and lanky, and he was in wrestling.
Yeah.
My older brother was the one in charge, so to speak, and I was the one everyone knew it was pointless to get in a fight with because I wasn't going to fight you anyway.
I was
I
going
could
to
just
fight.
ignore you.
I was going to fight
I
dirty
was the
every day.
worst. I was going to fight the dirty. I was going to get the broom, the fly swatter, whatever I could to beat you up if you came at me. I was
When my brother would go whine at my dad would be like, "Why are you trying to fight him anyway? You know what he's going to do."
I know that's what my dad would say.
So-
That's
so-
hilarious.
So
One
once
time-
once my brother got taller than me, like super taller than me, then he started like literally like leg grappling, and like I can't move at that point. And
Yeah.
then he'd just sit there and do this to your
Oh,
freaking forehead.
and they do this.
Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah,
God.
the typewriter. I call it the typewriter.
So,
It hurts so bad.
There was one time when I was younger where one of my brothers, I forget who, I've got 4 brothers. They all kind of meld together in some of these stories.
Right.
Where one of them was trying to fight me. And so I just kept walking, and they kept trying to fight me. And so I just walked out in front of our parents, and they're like, oh. Because, you can't start a fight in front of our parents.
Right.
Oh no,
And
that's bad.
that's how it was. I was just,
Whoever starts a fight is gonna get it. You knew that.
Any more comments from Insta?
just like when I was younger, I was already chubby enough to where I could ignore stuff.
Oh,
Flo Texter says he's got to go. The nurse is getting to him.
oh darn it.
We're breaking some rules. We gotta drive down to Flagstaff, break him out.
I know, right?
Oh gosh, yeah, no, I never really had a fight, but yes, I could protect myself if necessary.
Okay, okay.
FYI, this brand new one from Cutlass may not be morning show material. We'll find out from AJ here shortly.
You know what? We'll find out from the fans.
Yes.
From you.
Fanfare Friday at effectradio.com.
Welcome to Fanfare Friday,
Yeah.
where we have a great time.
No, but like, don't forget, my parents were also preppers.
Okay.
So I've read all the books and everything. I know the fundamentals of self-defense. I know how to throw a punch. I know how to get leverage. I know the basic locks.
Okay.
You know, it's just I've never had much opportunity to practice.
Oh, my boys were horrible little wrestlers and bull riders and rough stock riders and stuff like that. So they're both little mean.
It wasn't fun
kids.
to wrestle with me because I could just walk away from it.
Well, my boys are tough kids. That's the thing. And so
It
I
took
never,
all 4 of my brothers to hold me down. True story.
I never fought with my kids.
That might
but
still be true.
I never
15 seconds.
fought with my kids, but my kids sure would pick a fight with me to see how much they could go.
That was cut. That was Cutlass. Lies of my brother. Sorry, Midnight. Lies of My Brothers is up next.
Yeah, so
Here on the
Midnight,
Effect.
Midnight was released literally the beginning of the month, and they are dropping some serious stuff. They have an album they're going to be dropping here shortly. They're not saying when. They're just dropping these singles like little,
Little teasers.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And it's awesome because they're going back to their rock roots. They're getting out of that CHR field they had for a whole bunch of years.
They're
but hey,
cutting less, you could
can't,
say.
I can't blame them and Pillars and those guys to go CHR because it paid the bills, you know?
It pays the bills.
And now that their kids are out of school, all right, let's go back to rock and roll now.
Let's go to rock.
And so, yeah, Midnight was dropped earlier in the month. We have a brand spanking new one out that released on midnight this morning.
Oh,
Wow.
it did? Okay.
Yes. And so
So this is hot off the press.
this is hot off the press. I want to say, though, we did put in the request, Flyleaf All Around Me for Giovanni. But, hey, buddy, can we get out of a rut? Pick a different song. No offense, but this is the same
Give
song
us a
in 3
different
weeks.
flyleaf even.
Yes, a different Flyleaf even. And by the way, we do have information on Flyleaf and Lacey Strum on our website, effectradio.com, where they're going to be at. But we're also getting ready to end out the hour. Do you want to end out now?
I'd say we have to end it out now because we're giving them some more Cutlass, aren't we?
Absolutely. So, yeah, this is the end of Fanfare Friday. If you guys want to write in, first of all, call Tammy, 1-800-357-4226.
We will still be live online for a few minutes after.
Yep.
You know, if you go to our socials, you get a little bit more of us if you want.
Give us your opinion also on our email, fanfarefriday@effectradio.com. That's fan, F-A-R-E, Friday at effectradio.com as
Okay, I
well.
heard it this time.
Thank you.
There we go. All right, but to close out the hour, we got some great music on the way. After Edmund is on the docket, Flyleaf coming up. But right now, it is that new single from Cutlass, released at midnight this morning. Lies of My Brothers is right here on The Effect. I'm gonna leave it on so we can listen a little bit. Yeah.
You'll have to listen to it. It's got that like mid-90s cult style song feel where it's got
Yay.
like the recording, like coming in first. They play a little movie clip or whatever, and then they do their thing. And at the very end of it, they do this heavy drop.
Apparently,
And then
Rusty Ship dropped a single today, too, Instagram is telling us.
Who's that?
Rusty Ship
Rusty
dropped
Ship?
a single today, too.
I know about the album. I didn't know about this.
Espionage.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't hear myself.
I haven't turned it over. I wanted to listen to the song.
Oh, okay.
Wanted to hear some Cutlass. This is like early 2000s stuff. I've been noticing lately there's a return to early 2000s.
Dude, that
across
was the
culture.
golden age of Christian rock, literally.
Well, no, just across the culture even.
Yeah.
Like there's a video game that dropped yesterday called Night Rain, where they used Evanescence for the trailer.
Wow.
Bring Me Back to Life. A song from 2004, and it worked so well.
Wow.
And this is like a AAA game we're talking about. It's one of the biggest releases of the year, and they're pulling out Evanescence on us.
Stream is buffered quite a few times during the stream.
That's to be expected. I'm running 3 videos at once.
Yeah.
Which one's saying that?
Jason.
Well, that's what YouTube's for. YouTube is going to be the best one. Instagram is the lightest weight, so it'll have the least issues. But YouTube is going to, like,
It'll be
that's the
priority.
primary one.
Yeah.
You know, if you could imagine a slider, this isn't actually how it works. There's a lot more settings than this, but it's weighted in YouTube's favor. Partially because Facebook is just awful.
I love Facebook. I'm
Facebook
old
Live
school.
is a trash product.
I know, but I'm old school. That's me. My husband makes fun of me. My social media is Facebook and Snapchat. Those are the only 2 things I do
Yeah.
because I'm old. He's old too, but he is like Instagram and TikTok.
See,
and
Snapchat's now
all
an
this
old
stuff.
person thing, which is hilarious to me.
Well, I Snapchat because of my kids, because that's the only way they communicate with me.
So to AJ, not our boss, on Instagram, offering to send us the single, we can grab it. We have avenues through which we can get the new music. We just get a lot of those like alerts in our inbox, and most of them are bands we don't care about that much. So sometimes things get lost in the mix, but we will grab Espionage here and see if we want to rotate
They're going to have
it.
a false ending come up here pretty
Ooh,
shortly.
love me a good false ending.
I know. And they go into like just bottom out.
Yeah. But yeah, this is early 2000s stuff.
The whole album's gone that way.
Yeah. I could almost see like a return to old kids' toy commercials where
Yeah.
it's just some kid.
Well, Colors
playing
came
with
out in
the toy.
2002, so this
Right.
is literally,
Or it's like just some kid playing with the toy.
yeah.
He's young though. He reminds me of my kids. Do you know what I mean? Same age as my kids. Oh, don't break that.
He broke it.
Did we break it?
No.
I don't know. Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
That's mosh pit material right there.
Just wait till the recording comes out.
Like the live?
It says, don't trust anyone.
Nice.
Oh, this is gonna be
I
great.
think we could rotate that in the morning.
This is great. Great music.
It's in the rock section right now, but I think it should be top 40. That's my own opinion.
That's definitely great
I'd say
music.
definitely keep it in the rock section then. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's good stuff.
That's good. Like
It's great.
that reminds me of the good old days.
Oh, I know. And Midnight's just as good too. This whole, I can't wait for the album to come out. You know, I'm
So the
pretty
Rusty
excited.
Ship album is dropping June 27th.
Yeah, no, I have that on the papers over there. I gave
Yeah,
mine.
yeah, that's what we were aware of.
Yeah.
So I was like, did they drop a different album or something?
No.
But no, they just put out the single earlier, Espionage. So there's some homework for you, kid.
Well, hey, yeah, well, I'll forget about it over the weekend. Hey, guys, I'm going to be at, if you guys are in Twin Falls at all, if anyone listening, watching, I'm going to be at the Western Days event in the city park all weekend long. We'll have the Effect Radio booth there if you want if you want TV shirts, if you want,
Yeah.
if you want shirts, I don't know where I was going with that.
If you
I'll
want
be
shirts with televisions in them,
there. We don't even have that. I mean, it's,
if you want a television wearing a shirt,
We have some really cool shirts. Come on down if you're in the area.
I'll be announcing all the bands and the different things that are going on in the park throughout the next 3 days, and yeah, it'll be
Our wonderful DJ Kidd. We're so
Yeah.
proud of you.
woohoo.
and then
Hey,
you're going
it's
to be out
exciting.
next week as well.
I will be out next week for a youth camp that I'm going to be playing worship at, and doing that. It's going to be nice. Be in prayer though for my wife, Mrs. Kidd.
Yeah.
Her dad is in the hospital with a heart issue, and her best friend actually goes in for surgery on her brain on Monday.
Oh,
it's been a
blessings
rough,
to them. Blessings to her.
A rough week for Mrs. Kidd.
Yeah.
Not fun, no.
Yeah.
I will also be out most of next week.
Yeah.
So it'll be up to Ryan to figure out the morning show, I
I
guess.
know, right?
Maybe we'll get some Ryan and Tammy time.
That could be really interesting.
But that means we will not be live next Friday because I won't be here to run it, and only I possess all of the different internet skills.
All of the things.
Yes.
If I were here to do it, it would be on my phone, and that's about it.
Yeah. But I will also be out a little bit next week, so don't expect to see us live online next week.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but I hope that these videos on demand, as they call them, will carry you through that week.
Right. We have a few of them. It's okay.
Just go back and watch us. It'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, you guys ready to get out of here?
We're ready.
God bless you.
All right, let me hit some more buttons. Quick, vamp something while I hit buttons to turn us off. There's like a safety I have to disable and
He
everything.
has to disable stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds like very technical. I don't like technical stuff, remember?